So anyway, starting out, talking about the plans and strategy for logistics. Number one is, I believe that you have to have a good strategy and plan to either succeed or fail. I think not only that, it offers you the flexibility to make changes as things change, and they will. Take what we've been through in the last couple of years, COVID. Who would have ever thought that we were going to be going through this? And our industry has adapted and changed and done a heck of a job, but that goes with a lot of experience, a lot of planning and preparation and work. Good planning too, you can reduce and avoid pitfalls of failure. You can gain confidence and influence your stakeholders, executives, customers, partners, and most important, taking care of your team. That's one of the most vital things, I believe personally, is focusing on taking care of people. On the plan, reducing saving costs, things like that. No plan or poor planning, I promise you, my experience has been that means high costs, unsatisfied workers and customers. My experience over 40 years, I've seen events where work was completely stalled, slowed down because of logistics issues for one reason or the other. So I think that's why you really have to look at your planning and make sure that you reduce any chance of slowing down or stalling. In addition, you get back to the safety part. If people are not rested and fed well, they may not be as safe as we want them. So it's something I feel personally very strong about, that we've got to focus on this. But we're going to talk about at a high level how to avoid some of these mistakes, how to not waste money, and then be flexible at the same time. It's not just about moving things. It's about being a well-designed, sustainable process that creates value for your company and your stakeholders.
Hey, Aaron, talk about, just for a second, talk about stall. Why is that important to not stall? If people aren't familiar with the flow of what you're talking about.
Well, it can be for various reasons. Again, it can be part on planning. It can be part on just events out of your control. But what I'm talking about is, you may not have, as a storm restoration during that event, if you're the host company and you're getting set up to take care of people, and let's say your tent vendor for the feeding tent, is not set up, is slowed down because something happens, then your people are standing around waiting to eat. Well, while they're standing around waiting to eat, you're spending literally tens of thousands of maybe millions of dollars for hundreds of thousands of people. So you're not getting any work done, they're not being fed, and idle time is never good, because nothing good comes out of that. I mean, it's just, first, it's not productive, but then you seem to have issues when people have idle times. I had one thing I always used was, I wanted to keep and look for ways to keep boots in the air. Standing around waiting on food or whatever, all those things is costing you money. So we always look for ways, how can we keep the linemen putting wire up in the air? What can we do and take away so that they don't have to deal with things that aren't putting wire in the air? We talked about in one of the sessions about cleanup. After they've gone through an area, wire and transformers and all laying around, having cleanup crews come behind them and clean that up so that the linemen didn't have to fool with that, so they could go to the next site, put wire in there. Same thing with logistics. How can we make it easy for them to come in, get in line, eat food, get some good rest, get back out there and go to work? That's what you always looked at, was boots in the air.